Hey Homeworthy fans, welcome back to Chateau Garrow 2.0. You will not believe your eyes. This is my favorite part of any project. Color, color, color. Can't wait to share it with you. Come on in. I'm Garrow Kedigian, a New Yorker turned Francophile, so in love with the city of love that I just decided to purchase a pied-à-terre in the heart of Paris. Welcome to Chateau Garrow. It's located in an old building, and the apartment hasn't been touched since the 1970s. It's a complete gem, but it needs some major TLC. So the kitchen, out of all the rooms in this apartment, was actually the scariest space of all. I've invited Homeworthy to join me as I renovate it from top to bottom over the next few months. It won't be easy, but I'm determined to make her absolutely fabulous again. Hopefully, the board is going to approve it. We'll see. I hope you can come along for an inside look into this exciting journey.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
I am so excited to have you guys in here with me today. I'm going to share with you all of the many colors. We're going to go out shopping for a little bit, but first we're going to talk about all the many different color intonations, starting with the living room. If you remember, in one of the early episodes, there was this interesting wall mural that was on the wall, and I was considering keeping it, but it was a little bit loving hands at home, so we decided to do away with that, and the room has taken on a whole new personality. It really is magnificent. Those of you who know my work know that I love saturated color, and it's often really hard to get clients to agree to do saturated color. And in the middle of a project, when you see a room that's painted a brilliant color such as this, you start to get shy of the color. But the trick is really to keep in mind the understanding of the room will be filled with lots of furniture, lots of beautiful decorating elements, which will really diffuse the wall color. That's actually the key. If you guys remember, I have a great little palette scheduled for this room. So in contrast to the brilliant turquoise blue, I have this delicious cognac colored velvet with this wonderful trim, which is being custom made. I actually just arrived at port. I can't wait. I'm going to go see it in a couple of days. And this is going to be in the window where the curved window is. And then from my old apartment, you guys might remember the beautiful yellow L-shaped banquettes that I had flanking the fireplace. I'm going to repeat those, actually. I'm going to put those on either side of the fireplace in this room. And I love the contrast of blue and yellow. I think they're beautiful together. And that was really one of the generators to my color palettes for this apartment. So with the ceiling being painted this wonderful sort of ochre, like, orangey, yellowy color, I then made the connection back to the rest of the apartment, because it's always important to make sure that your colors have a connection. So moving into the dining room, this is actually the most explosive of the rooms through the apartment. Come and take a look at this. Wow, right? Isn't this unbelievable? If you guys remember, we purchased these pilasters at the Paris flea market, and they were amazing when we bought them, and I think they are absolutely stunning now. And I spent a lot of time studying the color of this room. We put a lot of color samples up, and we decided that we were going to go a little bit deeper, a little bit darker, and I contrasted them by painting the pilasters in this sort of matte black. But then the other day, I was actually at the Waldorf Hotel in New York that just reopened, and I saw their columns, and they were beautifully done. They had the shafts in black, and then they had the capitals actually done in gold. So I was really inspired by that. So I decided to introduce yet a third color into the room, and that lighter beige really highlights the capitals. Of course, this is all just the first coat of paint on the walls, but I assure you it's going to be just as fabulous as all my other interiors when it's done. If you remember, this dining room was actually one of the most simple rooms in the apartment. It had the beautiful crown molding, but it was not embellished in any other way. There was no wall paneling, there were no pilasters, and I just loved the proportion of the scale of the room. It had beautiful ceiling heights, and I really felt like it was very important to add in all of this architecture. So we started with the pilasters, then we added in these beautiful wall panel moldings, and of course, you guys must know, remember, my greatest trick in my design book is to use mirrors. So mirrors are oftentimes, when used really strategically well, the perfect opportunity to expand a space. When you come in from the front door in this apartment, you actually catch a glimpse of this mirror, and it reflects the turquoise color of the living room in it. And I love the connectivity between the two colors, and it just sort of reveals itself beautifully. And the added advantage is it brings in a ton of natural light. This room is naturally very sunny, and I love that. And I wanted to augment that sense of light. So I did. This room is also going to feature this amazing valance that's going to go in the window. If you guys remember, I talked about this previously. It's a valance that was inspired by a stay in Venice. I saw this beautiful valance in the Cipriani Hotel, and I wanted to recreate it for myself. So I decided I would do it in the dining room here because this window is actually quite dramatic on its own. It's very focal to the room. It allows a ton of natural light to come in. So I've decided to use that wonderful Missoni zigzag fabric that I had in my old apartment that I loved so much. I'm going to put that on this window and recreate that valance. And to trim it out beautifully, I'm going to put a little yellow, goldish little trim detail. I can't wait. My curtain lady is coming in a few weeks. I hope Edouard will be done soon. Color is super important for any designer, of course. But for me, it's extra special. Those of you who know my work know that I love to use color, and I use a lot of red. So come on through to the room that I'm the most excited about. This is the library, the jewel box room of my apartment, the room that I feel like I'm going to spend the most time in. As you guys know, I'm a workaholic, and I'm going to be organizing this room in this layout pattern, which is beautiful. I'm going to have the sofa sort of centered in the room, and a desk behind it, and I'll be seating facing towards the window, which is wonderful. As you can see, this room is a work in progress, but I have a lot of the ideas formulated in my mind. This is where I heavily rely on this new app that I found called Milanote. Let me share it with you. It's fabulous. Milanote has become such a vital part of the way I work. Whether I'm on a plane, in Paris, or in New York, it's a tool that allows me to take all the little threads, those ideas that pass through your brain, reference images, historical inspirations, and put them all into one cohesive creative, package. I used to actually do this when I was working at my desk. I used to actually cut and paste. So I was so thrilled to find this Milanote app that actually allows you to do what I used to do, cut and paste at my desk, but actually online. It's wonderful, especially when you're working with clients. You can put all your thoughts onto one mood board and send it off to a client. It's fabulous. This is the Milanote board I created specifically for the library here. Everything lives here. Color palettes, millwork references, details from historic interiors I photographed years ago, even notes on lighting placement and fabrics I'm considering for the upholstery. It's perfection. I became a little obsessed with trying to replicate this red tone. It's not rusty red, it's not terracotta, it's somewhere in between. It was actually done in the living room of the famous designer Henri Samuel, one of the design greats. He's really been a real inspiration to me, and his living room has stayed in my design brain for many, many centuries. That's how old I am. But when I was going to work on my library, I really wanted to replicate this beautiful rusty red, terracotta, even orangey red tone. It's fabulous, and I think I've accomplished it, but you be the judge. And it's not just about collecting images. Milanote lets me map the actual feeling I want for the room to evoke. So here, I've laid out the emotional palette, the idea of romance, a slightly mysterious coziness, that moment when you step into the room and immediately want to stay for a while. That kind of storytelling is so central to how I design, and Milanote gives me the space to tell that story before the first piece of furniture is even placed. What's especially helpful is being able to pair my tactile samples with digital versions. This is a velvet I'm considering for the banquette seating, and it is a little moment here. This exact color is so sensitive to the light of the room. It's amazing. I pinned a few test shots of it onto the board after seeing how it looked at different times of the day. The web clipper tool is great because it lets you add images and references to the boards directly without having to copy and paste or screenshot anything. And then there's collaboration. Because even though design can be very personal, it's never done in a vacuum. You have a client to work with, or you have a couple of different friends or family members that are also trying to interject their opinions. So I share this board online with my team, either my assistants or my clients or family members, my draftsman in New York, my local contractor here in Paris, even the lighting designer I'm working with remotely. Everyone can comment and upload images and updates and tag me when decisions are made. It's great. It even helps me keep track of my to-do list and links I'm visiting often throughout the project. Everything is in one place, which is exactly what any designer needs. It really cuts down on endless email threads and helps us keep creativity, clarity, front and center. And you don't have to start from scratch. Milanote has over 100 built-in templates to help you get started. That was especially helpful for a technophobe like me. This library is going to be my very personal room. It's where I'm going to disconnect to read, to draw, so getting the tone of the wall color right and all the fabrics that go in it is especially important. And because I've been able to develop it so intentionally, step by step in Milanote, I already feel like I know the room, even though it hasn't quite come together yet. When it's done, this is going to be a space that holds stories, both in books and in design itself. But in a way, the story already started here on this board, didn't it? And I can't wait to show you how it all turns out. So if you want to try out Milanote, I highly recommend it. It's available for free, unlimited. You can sign up on the link below. You all remember my fabulous contractor, Edouard. Bonjour, Edouard, ça va? I've been torturing the poor guy over the past couple months. It has been really, really a fun time to work with you. C'est beaucoup un plaisir de faire de travaux avec vous.
Un plaisir partagé.
He says it's a shared pleasure, which is great. Usually a designer, their contractor, their relationship and your communication with your contractor is critical. And we have a communication every single day. We text each other, we email each other. And of course, I love to share with him all of my design inspirations. And Edouard has a very good design eye. So we have been working on the red of this library for several months. Ça fait quelques mois qu'on travaille sur le rouge. So they were very excited to actually put on the first couple of coats of the red paint in this room. And we had done so many different boards of it. And today we actually studied the color, and we actually had done this one color that was what we had settled on. And when I came in the morning, I came and studied it in the evening, I felt like it was a little heavy. And he called the paint company, and they actually put together a new formula based off of all my description of what I wanted. And they came up with this fabulous, brilliant color tone, and I am super thrilled. Ce coin-là, dans l'appartement, c'est le plus transformé pour moi, n'est-ce pas? This corner of the apartment, to me, is the most transformed. If you guys remember, there was this hideous wood mantle here. It was just not very attractive. Not only that, but we actually had a wall here. Instead of an opening, there was actually a wall that separated the hallway from the library. So opening this up really transformed the space. And the beauty of this fireplace mantle is it actually has some red in going through the stone. If you look closely, you have little spots of red, which is brilliant. I love it. And not only that, but this fireplace mantle is called La Pompadour, which is actually the style of the fireplace mantle, which would have been period to this building. So I was super thrilled to be able to find one that was actually period to this type of building built in this century, in this era, which was wonderful. So, excellent, c'est brillant.
On a l'impression qu'elle a toujours été là.
Exactement. So, as Edward says, it almost feels like this fireplace mantle has been here forever. You would not believe the amount of surgery we'd had to do to get this to fit. The brickwork was actually existing, and he actually had to chop it out on the sides in order to get the legs of the mantle to fit. And then we had a lot of work in order to get the fireplace hearth to be flush with the floor line, because before the brick was actually sitting on top. So we actually had to chop it all down. And then in the flavor of what we have in the living room, where we have a paneled hearth, we recreated that concept so that we could be as authentic as possible. The best part of doing your apartment in Paris is that you have the marché aux puces at your fingertips. Come and look at some of the beautiful pieces of furniture. Edouard, venez avec cette applique. Look at this amazing sconce light that I purchased at the Paris Flea Market this weekend. I am super excited about it. C'est parfait, non? J'aime qu'il y a un beau profil comme ça.
Avec le laiton, comme
Oui.
les interrupteurs qui seront en laiton.
Exactement.
C'est un perfect match.
Perfect. He understands my design mantra here. So he just pointed out that our brass light switches will go perfectly with these sconce lights. I think he's right. We're going to go into my bedroom. I'm super excited. The colors in here are brilliant. If you guys know my work, you'll know that I had a dining room in Montreal that was sort of this colorway. And even my dining room on my previous apartment in Paris was a similar color to this. I really love that blue-green mix. It's neither blue nor green, but this time I actually trimmed it with a beautiful sort of caramel-colored mocha or cognac trim. C'est brillant ça, j'aime beaucoup. C'est vraiment spécial. I love the way it turned out. And on top of the walls, I've decided that we're actually going to paint some wall panel lines, almost like panel lines, like border lines like you would do with wall paneling, but instead we're actually going to put the lines on the walls painted. It's going to be great. I can't wait to share that with you. Coming up soon. Actually, the most architectural detail that I've been so obsessed with in this apartment is the opening between my bedroom and the bathroom. If you guys remember, a few weeks ago, I posted on Instagram a sketch that I had done of this doorway opening. This fabulous oculus that I designed that gives you a lot of light, and the connectivity between the bedroom and the bathroom is brilliant. Of course, the oculus window is repeated looking into the kitchen on the other side, which brings a lot of natural light into the kitchen. So this is actually where my sink is going to go. Fabulous. We're going to have mirror on the wall here, and the two sides are going to be in brass. Ça va être en laiton, c'est comme ça. Oui, there you go. He has a piece of the brass here for me to see.
This will be great.
Ça va être très beau. Oui.
Yeah.
Reflective surfaces are always great in an apartment like this, that you have a lot of light. So you get to augment the natural light in a space like this. It's brilliant. Those of you who know my work know that I love paneling, everything paneled. So when I decided to do the tile on the walls and paneling, all the workmen looked at me like I had 10 heads. Vous avez rencontré quand j'ai dit on veut faire des panneaux, vous avez dit quoi? It was a lot of work, but it was well worth it, no? C'était bon?
C'est très joli, ouais.
C'est très joli, n'est-ce pas? So when you have a ceiling like 13 feet in your shower, you should really go all out like this, that's for sure. And if you think this shower is great, wait until you see the guest bathroom. I can't wait to show you this one. It's cuckoo bananas. So follow me into the guest bedroom, and I'm going to share with you the greatest little secret in this apartment. This guest shower turned out amazing. At first, everyone was skeptical, but I combined two tiles together to create this amazing effect in this shower. Et voilà! C'est magnifique! Ooh, I love it. Isn't this amazing? How many other bathrooms do you know that have a shower with a 13-foot ceiling? Not many. And this is my guest bathroom. So, I love the fact that the bathroom is actually small and pokey, but you come around the corner and you're surprised by this gigantic scale apartment, gigantic scale ceiling height, and fabulous shower enclosure. Isn't it great? We mixed two different tiles together here. So, at first, I found this tile, and I really liked it, and I had selected this for the walls. But then I found this at another source, and thankfully they were the same thickness, so they were able to be mixed together. If you can believe it, they're actually from two different sources, and we were able to use these and recreate the concept of the paneled wall effect that I did in the master bathroom, where we used the straight tile as the borders, and then this beautiful little elongated circular tile in the field. Isn't it amazing? I love it. Maybe I did too good of a job on this one. I'm a little worried my guests are never going to want to leave. Oh boy. we're gonna head into the kitchen now. And you will not believe how gorgeous my kitchen turned out. Merci. Et la clique, s'il vous plaît. You guys might recall that I did a little sketch on Instagram, and I actually shared it here on Homeworthy too when we actually designed this space. But come on through. Take a look at this crazy kitchen. Isn't this amazing? I love having tall ceilings everywhere, especially in a kitchen space. It is magnificent. So we recreated the crown molding from the entrance foyer that we used as the crown molding in this kitchen. And then, if you remember, my concept of the curved that really generated from the bay window in the living room, that really generated my concept for having circular details throughout the apartment, such as the oculus, was really repeated in a lot of different elements throughout the space, which I love. The back wall here is going to be all done in sheet brass. So it's going to be all one piece of brass. So it's going to have a great reflective quality. And with the dining room opposite, with the color of the walls of the dining room that's almost a brassy cognac color, I think it creates the perfect connection. And if you remember, this is the oculus window that looks into my primary bathroom next door. Because it's up so high, you really don't know that there's a bathroom there. And the success of it is it brings natural light into the space that is actually an internal room. It works perfectly, doesn't it? But the pièce de résistance in this kitchen is this La Cornue. If you guys remember, we went even to the La Cornue showroom, and I was thrilled to find this fabulous La Cornue online. Look how gorgeous this piece of art is. It is like jewelry for your kitchen, isn't it? I love it. I wish I knew how to cook. So while shopping the Paris flea markets, we found this fabulous oversized double arm wall sconce light in brass, which is magnificent, and I thought perfect for over that oculus window. Isn't it great? Wait until you see the shade I'm going to design for that one. It's going to be magnificent. Merci. Even the contractor agrees. Perfect. Please excuse all the background noise. The guys are working on a tight deadline. I'm actually planning on moving in a few weeks, so on n'a pas beaucoup de temps. But I'm getting very excited about it. If you remember this little niche we created in this end of the foyer, this was actually a wall before. Yeah, we actually had to build a steel beam to carry the mur portatif, all these brilliant words that I've learned working on this project. But the best part of this is, in this apartment, believe it or not, we have 3 bathrooms. So this is where the powder room bathroom is hidden, all the way in the back. At the Paris flea market, I found these fabulous 18th century doors. Look how brilliant they are. And they were perfectly curved to fit into this space. Isn't this unbelievable? I love these doors. Ils sont absolument merveilleux. So we've decided to use these doors, one going into the powder room bathroom here, and one into my coat closet. Of course, we're going to have, sheer curtains on the back of the door so you don't see through, so you have privacy for the powder room bathroom. But I think it's going to turn out beautifully. It's wonderful. And I love the layering of the curved wall behind and then the curve in this niche. It's really great. And it repeats the curve of the living room curved window, which is really the concept that I was really going for. So when you come in from the front door, you're looking to one side and seeing the curve of the niche, and then you see the curve of the beautiful bay window in the living room. Perfection. Boy, I certainly learned a lot of new French words in this construction project, but my favorite one is porte coulissante. That means sliding door. So here we go. Look at this magnificent sliding panel of wall that we came up with.
Service door.
Service door. So hide the service entrance door, which was right by the front door. We don't really use service entrances here in Paris as we do in New York. In New York, you use a service entrance a lot more than you do here. So I really didn't need this door to be visible from the entrance foyer. And I wanted to have sort of an intimate art opportunity here. So I'm actually going to put a sculpture pedestal there. And we have this magnificent sliding door panel, which is amazing. C'est vraiment spécial. Merci. C'est parfait. Parfaitement fait. I love it. So one of the other layering details in the entrance foyer is this magnificent detail that I added onto the walls. If you remember, these little half-round details. These were actually in my entrance foyer in my old apartment, if you remember. I loved that detail very much. It was inspired by a detail that I had seen in a palace in Vienna, believe it or not. And it was actually from the 18th century. It was a detail that looks very modern to me, and yet it also looks, traditional. It works beautifully in the traditional setting, but we're going to put gold on these. On va mettre le or. And these will be just a nice little accent detail, which will finish things off beautifully. C'est très beau. Yeah, I love it. So as you can see, we're in really good shape here. The contractors are working away. I better get out of their hair and get going with my decorating because I have a lot of shopping to do. So there are a couple of galleries we're going to go visit today. I can't wait to share them with you. Come and we're going to head out right now. We're here in front of my favorite shop on Rue de Bac. Rue de Bac neighborhood is really just so much fun. It has great little, wonderful little specialty shops, little wine stores, and a beautiful little chocolate mousse shop, which is fabulous for me. But my favorite little antiquaire shop here at the corner, if you know that everything in France is closed, so toute la France est en vacances in August. So they're closed, unfortunately. We'll come next time, but take a look at some of the beautiful things in the window here. All sorts of great little curiosities in the window here. Isn't it marvelous? I love it. I buy lots of gifts for lots of friends here. You can definitely not have too many tchotchkes in the world, that's for sure. Definitely one of my favorite things to do when in Paris is, of course, shopping for wallpaper. This is one of my favorite wallpaper showrooms. I can't wait to share this one with you. It's Anya Beau, located on Rue Saint-Père, right close to my apartment. They have the best stuff. Come on in. Bonjour, c'est Garrow.
Bonjour,
Ça va? Enchanté,
ravi de vous
Malcolm.
rencontrer.
C'est un beautiful showroom que vous avez.
Merci beaucoup.
Absolument, un de mes favoris.
On a beaucoup entendu parler de vos projets et si on se retrouve dans l'un d'eux, on sera ravis parce que c'est très beau ce que vous faites.
Excellent, excellent. This is one of my favorite showrooms in Paris to shop for wallpaper. And they have such a great variety of mural wallpapers here. Some of the grisage wallpapers are some of my favorites. The black and white, tone on tone. We do a lot of that. And they're hand painted, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every original decor is hand painted.
And they're all customizable too. If you wanted to customize something and change a palm tree, you could do that, right?
Yeah, you can do that absolutely. Size is customizable and you can
change colors.
Any elements.
Yeah.
You have many colors available as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. This is the one I've used before. On this wall. We use this in a powder room bathroom in New York.
This is a classic as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Sentier de Beaulieu.
Oui, c'est très beau.
And it's typical in Albo because you have this patina, you have effects that make it look a bit old, a bit like time has passed through.
Yes, it has a little bit of distressing in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long does it take to order panels of your wallpaper? Is all made to order? Is it?
Everything is made to order, but it's quite fast. Like if you order in the US, you should count about 3 weeks between the moment you order and the moment you
3 weeks is very reasonable.
Yeah.
C'est très raisonnable.
Oui, en fait, dès qu'on reçoit la commande, on fait en sorte de créer le décor.
Wonderful,
et puis
yeah.
on expédie.
Good. Montrez-moi votre favori. Show me all the ones that are your favorites, because I love asking everyone that works in a showroom what their favorites are.
Well, I do love this one, the Collection Provence.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's a bit more French. I don't know.
Well, it's very tone on tone, which I love.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very, very nice. It's a very grisage, so it's like what they call.
We do a lot of grisage, absolutely.
So grisage is basically when you have gray, tone on tone, different shades of gray. It's almost like a black and white wallpaper effect, and it's actually very popular. You see it. It's very classic, very traditional, but it could be used in a very modern way as well.
Yeah,
on voit sur l'escalier là, c'est très moderne.
Yeah, we have all kinds of interiors, very modern stuff. People with ancient homes. We have pretty much everything in terms of interior.
This is
This is the full version.
Yeah.
Not even the full, because you can go even longer as you wish, but a fuller version of.
So as traditional wallpapers go, they make them in panels, and what's wonderful about it is you can actually study all the panels that they offer, and you can select which panels you want. Of course, you need to make them in sequence so that the pattern makes sense. But the great thing is you can proportion it to the scale of your room, so you usually send them your elevations and the size of the space and give them the heights that you want, and they will custom calibrate the wallpaper to your room, which is wonderful. C'est merveilleux.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
And so as far as my favorite goes...
Oh, I love this one, yeah. Oh, c'est très beau.
This is one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah.
It's also quite appreciated by our clients.
Balade à Mirabeau. So
Balade
the
à
scene is
well.
It's a French scene, and
here this whole collection is called Provence.
Okay, so it's based on panoramics in Provence.
Very loosely inspired by Provence, because there's a lot of imagination in there. You can't find that exact place in Provence, but it's
well, I want this chateau. Can you arrange that for me? I'll take that one. I'm going to go through the rest of these panoramic as well. Wow. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I guess c'est ça? No.
No, it's not the same one, but the same kind of spirit,
the colors,
same kind of colors, and same kind of inspirations. Because basically there are two parts of the world that our inspiration comes from. It's either Southern Europe, what we call le Midi in here, so basically Provence, the north of Italy, stuff like that.
Right.
And we also have the Far East, Vietnam, a bit of Indonesia. This is the second place that we draw a lot of inspiration from, because we went back to the roots of the French tradition of panoramic wallpapers, which was about these two regions.
Wonderful, wow. And where is your wallpaper made? Where do you make it?
We have a small factory near Bordeaux.
Okay.
So this is where the stuff is printed on demand.
Yeah.
And but that's not where the painting is done. The hand painting, it's by our artists in a separate location, and it's not. The Bordeaux is really where the product you receive is made.
Okay, great.
It's a small factory in the suburbs.
And these are so beautiful. Oh my God, this is so nice. This is so beautiful. I love it.
This one is quite nice.
Popular. I think it's this one we used in a powder room, and it was so gorgeous. Yeah. Everybody asked my client, was that original in the apartment? Because it looks so authentic, and we did the trim. The trim we did almost in a khaki color. It's fabulous. It's so nice.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
Purpose, because it's hand painted initially.
It looks very original.
It feels like it's when you see it on a wall. So that's the point. Yeah.
I love it. This is gorgeous. This is so beautiful.
This is Les Jardins d'Acara, which is one of our classics as well.
Yeah, c'est très beau. Yeah. I love how you've paneled these cabinet doors in this. It's really beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, we do pretty much everything we can.
Yeah.
with our
Every
models.
surface is wallpapered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Et ça,
And
c'est
so
comme un raffia, like a.
This is
Oh, this is
what
a
we
canvas.
call abaca. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the canvas thing,
Wow, beautiful.
which is a newer product.
Yeah.
And we feel like many clients are interested in the additional texture.
Yeah, it is
brings.
very nice. Yeah. Yeah. It gives a great three-dimensional quality to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It also looks like it's always been there, which is what I love. You know, I love
Yeah.
when I do design work, I love people to think, oh, was that there? You know, did you put that in? You know,
Yeah,
because I don't
yeah.
like it to look too new. I always
Yeah.
like it to look like it has been there, you know, it has it's sustainable. You know, it could look
Yeah.
beautiful today and 20 years from today.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely, absolutely.
beautiful.
This one can absolutely stand the test of time. Although
Yeah.
our classic quality can stay up for decades as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, the main thing that can bother some is this: the separation
seams, yeah.
is much more visible
Right.
on this one.
Of course. Yeah.
And other people
are
feel
fine
like
with it.
it's
Yeah.
fine. There are also creative ways to go with it. Like people will have small wooden panels.
Yeah, so what I've done in the past is I've put nail heads. So I had a client once that we did a wallpaper similar to this, and she didn't like the seams, and
Yeah.
we then put some nail heads across, like my
Yeah, that
upholstery
sounds
workroom
like
did,
a
and it was a
clever way
great
to do
it was a
it.
great detail. And
Yeah.
then and when we went horizontal as well, so it made it a grid.
Oh.
It was beautiful. It was
Yeah,
a great
that
way of
sounds
doing
fun.
it. Yeah,
We should recommend
you should
it
do
to
it. You should do a
clients.
little do a little sample here.
Yeah,
I can send you a picture of what we did. So.
yeah, I would love it.
Thank you so much for taking the time to show us this amazing
Well,
collection.
thank you for coming.
Can you get me the samples now, or?
Let me see if I can get you the samples.
Oh, merci bien. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. This is great. I'm going to try and get her to do. This is so beautiful. Wow, 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 wow. C'est très beau. It's so nice. Wow. Look at these gorgeous, gorgeous wallpapers. Oh, this is so nice. Wow. C'est vraiment très beau. Oh, this is fat. I'm putting this on top. I love color. Putting it on top. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the
thank
time.
you.
We'll be in touch. Okay?
Sure.
So the great part of shopping in Paris at the end of August is that all the shops actually reopen at the beginning of September, and all the shopkeepers have spent the entire month, their vacances, traveling around the world, bringing all the curiosities and the beautiful things that they've shopped for into their boutiques. So here we are today. They're just opening. This is called Rentrée. It's the first day open. They're putting all their goodies back in. This is a fabulous little shop. It's on 3 Rue de l'Université. It's called Stéphane Olivier. I love this shop. It has the best stuff. Come on in, let's take a look. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Welcome.
Bonjour, bonjour. À la rentrée.
Sorry, it's a mess today.
It's okay.
It's our
fine.
first
I
day, so
understand.
you
We're
know,
happy
after
you're
summer.
open. We're very happy you're open.
You're more than
So,
welcome.
Tell us
Welcome.
what have you found in your travels lately?
Well,
Anything new?
a lot of things. So it's now it's time to settle everything all together.
Wonderful.
Different kind of.
I love these lamps. These are gorgeous.
Fabulous.
They glass. They're glass.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah.
From
Love these.
Scandinavian, Swedish.
Fabulous.
Exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
they're great.
Very interesting. You see, man and woman.
Great for
Unusual.
bedside lamps.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
on either side of the bed. It's
exactly.
fabulous. I love that. And this chandelier is lovely.
Yeah, Italian.
This is,
great. Unusual shape, very
Yeah.
you know,
Is it
like a
Simone
waterfall.
Cenedese? No. Is it?
It's
Murano.
Murano.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Is it?
Venetian.
Is it vintage?
Yeah, it's vintage.
It's
absolutely.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
I love it.
and the color umber like this, very
Yeah,
unusual,
I love the color.
very
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Unusual because it's very long and very fluid. It's
Yeah.
like a waterfall in a way, or
Yeah,
a
it's
kind of
gorgeous,
fountain.
actually.
Yeah,
Cool. Show that to one of my clients.
sure.
C'est magnifique. Wow.
So normally the gallery is set.
Yes.
Today.
No, I actually have been here many times before. I love the atmosphere that you create
Thank
here.
you,
And
thank you.
that's actually an important part of shopping, you know?
Yeah,
People don't realize that.
Different
You know?
kind of
on va marcher
faces.
au pouce et de temps en temps, c'est beaucoup de choses. You can't see anything, you know?
Exactly.
Whereas you guys present stuff beautifully, and
Yeah.
it's very inspiring. So
There's
it's-
always work before.
and they're in the middle of all the work setting
Exactly.
up. So,
Exactly.
well, merci beaucoup. On va
You're welcome.
aller en haut. We're gonna go
Yeah, have a
upstairs
look.
and take
Take
a look.
your time.
Okay, merci, merci.
Je vous en prie, je vous en prie. Oui, 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 faites à votre aise.
This is lovely. Ooh, I love this. Gorgeousness. Wow. I kind of love these panels. How great are these?
Yes, these are painted canvas.
Wow, they are gorgeous.
And it's a pair, which is great because you can really.
Yes,
present
has it
them.
almost been like wallpaper? Was it originally wallpaper?
Painted canvas were
Yeah.
different way for tapestry, you know.
Yeah, it's almost like a Zubair or something,
Yes,
you know?
yes,
It's fabulous. Yeah.
like a panoramic.
Yeah, and I love how the frame is
Picture.
like painted on. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So the frame is painted, and
Yeah.
they have added a
These are
new,
gorgeous.
wooden frame.
Absolutely
around it.
gorgeous. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
They are 19th century period.
Wow.
And it's painted with pastel color ochre powder, so it has a very matte surface.
And I love these lamps too. These are gorgeous.
We
That one on the
try
end
to-
is fabulous. The brass one.
Yes,
Wow, it's
yes,
gorgeous.
it's a pair. Actually,
Wow.
with the
So
glass.
fantastic. Art Nouveau.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. What's lovely is, many people in France have a great sense of style, and they are not afraid to mix different things from different eras. And oftentimes, my clients will approach me and say, "What period do you want to design this room in?" Well, you're designing your room of today. So, it's okay to have a collection of things that are from antiquity, and it's also good to have more contemporary things as well. And knowing how to mix the things together is the brilliant part of great design. This shop is actually a great example of how things are put together beautifully.
Thank you.
It is true. I love how everything, you guys
Yeah.
curate things beautifully. Yeah, look at this. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
the table
yeah.
is set from the 70s.
Yeah,
and-
I love it. It's
and the
it's
canvas
gorgeous
is
actually.
18th century. So, yeah.
Even the branch table
Yeah,
is lovely.
yeah.
Alors, merci bien. It was
Merci
such
à
a
vous de
pleasure.
votre
Thank you
visite.
so
À
much.
la prochaine fois.
Thank you so much.
We send you the information.
Wonderful. I love
Bye-bye.
it.
Thank you.
Fabulous
Bye.
shop. Thank you. Well, we've certainly had a busy day today, checking in on things with a contractor at Chateau Garrow and doing some shopping in some of my favorite shops here in Paris. I can't wait. In just a few weeks, we'll be moving the furniture in, so stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.